Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. This is your host, the one and only, and if this is your first time here, I want to give you a very warm welcome. This is the #1 source for all things Apple Watch as well as all things tech, including battery drain tests, head-to-head comparisons, unboxings, and so much more. Today, we're going to unbox and review the Apple Watch Ultra 2 as well as go over how it's held up in the month or so since it's been released. This is the successor to the ever-popular Ultra that debuted just last year. Many Apple Watch owners want to know, well, what's new? The honest truth is not much. The Apple Watch Ultra 1 was already an extremely refined product, but now on this new iteration, Apple expanded on what made the first Ultra so great in the first place. Also, if you haven't already, I have already reviewed all of the new Ultra bands, including the 3 new colors on the Alpine Loops and the Trail Loops, and the 2 all-new colors for the Ocean band line. If you want to check those videos out, I'll attach a card at the top right, as well as include video links down in the video description. And make sure to stick around until the end to find out my thoughts on whether I think the upgrade from the Ultra 1 to the Ultra 2 is worth it. So, without further ado, let's get started by going over a quick unboxing. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for the one time, I decided to do an outdoors unboxing, seeing as how here in Georgia, it is finally starting to feel like fall, and you can just feel that fall breeze blowing through your hair. It's wonderful. But anyway, here we have it, the all-new Ultra 2 in its white Apple box with Apple Watch debossed right on top. We don't have much going on the sides, all but the green carbon neutral symbol, which lets you know that with this purchase, you are helping save the planet due to the percentage of recycled materials used to not only manufacture the titanium from the watch itself, but also the bands. More on this later. Okay, so now let's undo these tabs here at the bottom, which then reveals more boxes. It's the classic box within a box trick. First is this special booklet that is essentially a detailed quick start guide. It's nice to have this included, seeing as how modern tech unboxings nowadays are so bare boned. Most quick start guides or manuals are now mostly fully online. Plus, the illustrations in this booklet are nice and vivid. Alright, let's see what else we find inside. So in the middle is our Ultra 2 box itself. It houses our sparkly new Ultra 2 and protects it during shipment. But underneath that is your choice of Ultra band. For this Ultra 2, I opted for the beige Trail Loop, and again, I already reviewed all the colors, so check the video description if you want to check out the new colors. And actually, this beige band, as of the recording of this video, is currently back ordered until December. Like, it's insane how popular some of these bands can get. But alright, now finally, going back to the start of the show, on the underside we have these 2 green pull tabs to assist in a smooth and seamless unboxing experience. Let's lift open the lid, and there it is, caressed in its own little tray with this frosted plastic covering the front display. On the right hand side is a little holder that reads designed by Apple in California, as well as coordinates to Apple HQ in Cupertino, I believe. I could be wrong. This holder, by the way, houses our braided charging puck for our Ultra. So yes, you're paying $800, but at least your charging cable is braided. Like, geez, thanks so much, Apple. Finally, let's get back to the watch itself. Remove the frosted plastic and press the side button for a few seconds until the device starts to turn on, and at this point you'll be ready to set up your brand new Apple Watch Ultra 2. But alright, so y'all want to know what's new. Some of you might be scratching your heads wondering what differentiates this from the prior Ultra 1, and the answer is nothing. Absolutely nothing. There is not a single thing externally that differentiates the two. Seriously, not even on the back ceramic part does it say Ultra 2. So literally there is no indication whatsoever. The only way you know is if you dig into the settings for the model number or use the all new double tap feature set to release, actually probably in a few days. More on that later though. So then, is this an iterative upgrade? Absolutely. That's exactly what this is. Think of it as like an S upgrade or a spec bump upgrade. There were some initial rumors floating around that the new Ultra 2 would at least be featured in an all-new space black titanium color, but that never came to fruition and made me kinda sad. All these leaks and websites and analysts were almost certain this would unfold, but for some reason, Apple never caved. So the Ultra is still only available in one color. I'm not sure if they decided last minute to scrap the idea, or if the rumors were just phony to begin with, but either way, I think a space black titanium Ultra 2 would look gnarly as hell and would allow Ultra users to pair up darker bands a lot better. But hey, maybe it happens next year, who knows. And I think it's pretty obvious, but this all new Ultra is not for anyone who already has an Ultra 1. The differences are way too small to legitimately recommend this to someone with a straight face. I'd say if you already have an Ultra, you don't even need to consider the question of should I upgrade? The answer is no. No, you shouldn't. So then why? What are the actual changes then if this is just a spec bump? So first and foremost, let's start with the internals. The new Ultra now sports the S9 chip, and literally all of the new changes to this new Ultra 2 stems from this chipset upgrade. So it's a little bit faster, which will give users a more fluid experience when navigating the UI. You know, on a device like this, the performance gains only can take you so far. The Ultra 1 was already extremely refined, but now scrolling through menus and opening up apps seems to feel just a half second faster. So that's always good, but not only is it snappier, but this new S9 chipset is also more energy efficient, which is always great to hear on these smartwatch gadgets, right? We all love to squeeze extra juice out of our tech, but here's the thing. It's kind of cancelled out by the new maximum peak brightness, which now allows the Ultra to shine up to 3,000 nits while outdoors, which is incredibly bright and clearly makes this watch look amazing when you are outdoors. Interesting fact, 3,000 nits is the brightest display Apple has put on any product they have ever made to date. The new S9 also has twice as much system memory built in, so Siri and applications in general should run buttery smooth. And the neural engine, which is the machine learning component of your chipset, is now also allegedly twice as fast. During the keynote, a big highlight and improvement was given to Siri. Now, we all know how horrendous Siri can be, trust me, I know. But now, thanks to the S9 chip, many new commands will now be processed on device, so it won't need to hook up to any Wi-Fi or cellular network to fetch information off a server or something. And this will allow for Siri to hopefully be a tad more useful. So things like setting a timer or starting a workout will be a lot quicker since it doesn't need to connect and search for something on the internet. Apple wasn't all too specific on which Siri commands will be on device, but we can use our thinking caps and use context clues to determine that in general, this will make the Ultra 2 a little bit more useful since certain commands just work faster regardless of your internet or Wi-Fi connection. Again, another great plus. Also, there's a new ultra wideband chip that comes included with the S9 chip, and this basically allows users to precision find their iPhones, kind of like an AirTag. Before, I think it'd just ping it and it'd make a noise, but now it can walk you step by step to wherever your misplaced iPhone is, which is really, really neat. But one of the newest features that Apple touted during their keynote was the new double tap feature, a feature that will allow users to use their Apple Watch hands-free. So if you're ever in the kitchen or whatever, or outdoors and your hands are just tied up, this double tap feature could be a lifesaver. Basically, by double tapping your index finger and thumb together, the main button on screen will essentially activate. Now that main button can change. For example, if a call is coming in, the main button is the green answer button. But once the call has been accepted, it will then change to the red end button as the main button. And so some Apple Watch owners may be wondering, hold on, wasn't this feature already available before? And yes, kind of. There is an accessibility setting called Assistive Touch, which was designed for individuals who may not have another arm or hand to use their Apple Watch with. So they have to be able to control it with either their voice or just their one hand. And this was Apple's solution. And it is intuitive and works, but not always. The different gestures currently available for Assistive Touch are pinch, double pinch, clenching your fist, and clenching your fist twice. The thing is, it works fine, but you have to make it extremely obvious you want to use that feature, like ultra deliberate, and even then, sometimes it won't even trigger. But supposedly, according to Apple, this new double tap is so advanced, right? so much better than this accessibility option that the mighty S8 simply couldn't handle it. To me, it's so silly, and Apple's tripping, and so like them. They always do this. They block out a software feature to entice people to upgrade. You remember when the iPhone 4S dropped and it featured Siri for the first time? Chances are, come on, don't lie, chances are that the iPhone 4 right before it probably could have handled Siri, but Apple cleverly yeets us and calls it a new feature worth upgrading for. But again, that double tap feature isn't out yet and isn't dropping until watchOS 10.1 or something finally drops later this month. So until then, we'll have to wait to see how accurate it really is. Other than that, and Apple making the Apple Watches more carbon neutral by offering more recycled material in their casings, bands, and packaging, that's about it. Again, this Ultra 2 is not intended for current Ultra 1 owners, so don't even consider upgrading, it'd be pointless. But as a standalone watch for first-time Apple Watch owners, or even if you're coming from a much older Apple Watch, such as a Series 4, 5, or 6, this hands down is the best current smartwatch on the market, no questions asked. It has insane battery life, lasting easily 3 days with moderate and normal usage. It now cranks up to 3000 nits of brightness. It has a smoother overall user experience thanks to the speedier S9 chip, and we have the very useful double tap feature dropping soon. What's not to like here? The Ultra 2 reigns supreme as the best smartwatch currently available, but I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. What do you think? Do you think this upgrade was just a little lackluster? Are you a little bummed out the space black titanium rumors were untrue? I certainly am. In any case, drop your thoughts down in the comments section below. If you found this video useful or learned something, before you head out, make sure to drop a like as it helps out more than you think. This has been my 1-month review of the brand new Ultra 2. For first-time Apple Watch Ultra owners, this is the watch to get. It lives up to the hype, and rest assured you'll be so happy with your purchase you'll never look back. Stay tuned for my Apple Watch Christmas 2023 buying guide, as well as other tech-related videos, including a few battery drain tests. Alright y'all, I'm clocking out for now. Make sure to stay hydrated, and I cannot wait to catch you all in my next video.